welcome to our channel. Welcome. I'm Zoe Alex. Welcome. This is going to be a reading for a wonderful feeling of how it goes. I know that you might enjoy this reading. Give it a like, give it a comment. I know that you like my voice. Don't criticize about my voice. Understand that it's very loudly and everything else, and you know how it is. So this is what I'm going to have for you, and I hope that this reading will help you. The reading that I'm going to be introducing, that the date that I'm going to introduce is May the 6th to the 11th. Okay, and this is a reading for choose duties and responsibilities carefully. Eclipse in Virgo, reorganization. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at how a Virgo is feeling. Maybe there are times where, a Virgo can be upset at times. Maybe they don't get along with a Scorpio or anybody else. Maybe they are having disagreements. Maybe they don't like their life. Maybe they think that people should grow up, something like that. But it's basically how it seems to be, because you have to understand who you're interacting with. If you're getting along with a Cancer as a water sign, go ahead. But you know what? If you're not getting along with a Scorpio and you're being mean to a Scorpio and say mean things to it, and you want to be the popular person and you want to be the bully to that person, you have to get yourself to a reality check. Okay? It's the way of how you can do that. It's the way of how you can see it. It's the way how you can understand that. Because overall, that's how it seems to be. Because in that note, you have to think to your own self and say, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? And this is how it seems to be. It's the way of how it goes. It's the way how you can look at it. But this is how it seems to be. You have to say it as it goes along. Because this is how it seems to be. You have to look at yourself from a different way, a different outcome, a different, way of how it goes. This is how it seems to be, because you have to know exactly what's happening through your own way of how it goes. Because in that note, you think to yourself, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? This is how it seems to be, because you have to get yourself a clear picture. Okay? Now let's start with rating, shall we? Alright, so Virgo, you have the 10 of Cups is upright, the 9 of Wands is upright, the Hangman that's upright, which means you have restrictions. Restrictions, you're restricting yourself. You have the strength because you're going to have strictness. This is the way of how it is, right? It's like you have the 2 of Wands, but when you get into the 3 of Wands, you have the way of communication. Right now, it's not communicating right now, but eventually you're going to get there. Now, this is all upright cards, and I'm happy for you because it's all upright. And, it seems to be very good. But I'm going to clarify, because, this is what it seems to be. It's the way of how you can understand how it goes, but this is how it seems to be. So let's see. Let's see what's happening. So I'm going to clarify these 3 cards here. So let's see. Yeah, the 6 of Pentacles is upright. Okay. Then you have the Page of Pentacles is upright. Wow, interesting. And you have the two of Swords is upright, which means you don't know which direction you're going to take, left or right. Okay, that's how it seems to be, because you have to understand that accordingly to your way, right? Because this is how it is, right? If you're acting like you need to be nice to somebody, if you need to recommend, if you're going to do something, you do that. It's the way of you can do whatever you desire to do, but you have to put some work ethic in it. So I'm going to clarify with these other 3 cards. Then we have the strength that's reversed. See, because, basically you have no strength over here, but then you have strength over here. Do you see it? Yeah, you do. Then you have the Devil that's reversed, because there's no there's no like obsession. You're not being obsessed. You're not gonna have violation. You're not acting like that. And the Nine of Coins that's reversed. Interesting about that. So it's kind of like we're like into that own state of mind where everything can be all, different of how it goes, right? Because this is just the reading that I'm doing over here. I will do this reading as well because it's the same one as you, Virgo, but this is how it seems to be. So you're trying to put yourself into perspective. So let's see. Yeah, the Seven of Cups is up, right? Yeah, because you're thinking about something, right? You're thinking that there was something that you were thinking about. The Temperance card, yeah, see? You're acting like you're being sassy. You know that you get what you want. You know how what was. And you have the Four of Swords reversed because you're not resting, because you know what's going to be happening when you do. Right? So I can see it. I can see it down the way of how it goes. But this is kind of interesting of how it seems to be, because you understand that situation of how it goes in one way or another. What's up about that card, please? You have the Four of Cups that's reversed. That's interesting. Okay. Is there anything else I can think of? Let's see about this card. The Chariot is your progress. Yeah, because that's how it is, right? Because you're progressing. You understand that you're kind of like thinking about Scorpio or Pisces or Cancer in some way or somehow. Because, you have to remember that you have to get what you want. Only, if you are being mean to that person, if you're not getting along with that person, you're going to have some recommends. You're going to amending of what you want in order to do that. If you're acting so mean to a Scorpio, if you're acting so mean to a Virgo or anything like that, and you're being nice to a Cancer, for example, you have to look to yourself and say, wow, I guess I need to act like I need to be a nice person. You do that. You have to engage about it, right? If you're getting angry at somebody and you want to, destroy them, and you want to be a bully and you want to do that, it's negative energy. A lot of people don't like that because a lot of people will actually run away from you. Now, I'll say that to my own way because it happens. It happens between a Scorpio and a Virgo, They do get along, but then they don't get along, It's the way of how it is. It's like fighting like cats and dogs. That's my expression, okay? But the point being is that it's the way of you can see it as one way or another way, and you look at it, because in that time frame, everything has to be all, germinated. Everything has to be all, relevant, and everything is all like different, because you look at it. You have to look at it from a different way, You have to look from what goes around comes around. If you're acting all mean to one person and then you're acting nice to another person, why would you be mean to that person, even if you don't like them? If you hate them or whatever, what? You think that you're jealous? What? If you're thinking that you're being the center of attention? What? Yeah, figure it out for yourself. Maybe you can grow up. Maybe you can think that you need to be understanding about who you are and what's happening. Because, like I'm going to say this, you have to get what you want, If we decide that you hate your life, maybe you hate your childhood, maybe you're acting like you're being a mean person, and you are troubling with that. Maybe you're trying to act so nice. Maybe you think about that. Think about how you're going to understand of what's happening, okay? Figure out for yourself. Figure out that you can put yourself into perspective and say, okay, am I going to get along with this? It's your choice. If you change your energy around, okay? If you're going to change it, you have to act nice. If you act nice, maybe you might be a popular person. If you're acting mean to somebody and you hate them, you're not going to be a popular person. You're going to be unpopular. You're going to be unattractive. You know? And I'm not being mean or rude to who's watching this channel. You have to understand this. You have to think to yourself who, what, where, when, why, and sometimes how in that situation. You have to think things through. You have to think. Because in order to do something, in order to understand that, you have to be satisfied with it. Be who you are. Maybe you don't like to get along, but you know what? You have to do that. Because if you don't get along with somebody, and you don't care about them, and you want to be a bully, and that's how it is, fine. You're going to be a nasty person. And a lot of people do not like that. Yes, there are going to be times where you're going to think to yourself and say, wow, I guess I'm a mean person. You know, if you're acting all sassy, if you're acting like there's something that, moves your groove, whatever it is, you have to think to yourself and say, okay, I guess I know what Zoe Alex is saying. Yes, you do. You have to pay attention, okay? Because in order to do this, in order to understand that if you're being sassy, if you're being all mean, if you're acting like you're being mean, maybe you're in character, maybe you are being mean. Figure it out for yourself. Figure out that you have to step into your own way to know what's happening. If you keep going, and if you keep going and going and going, a lot of people will back away from you. A lot of them. Because they don't want to be all, into your all negatives. They don't. Because if you hate one person and you love everybody else, why would you do that? That's the question I'll be looking for. You can put it in the comments if you want. But why would you do that? You act all nice with one person, and then you act all nice to everybody, right? And then you act like a mean to one person. Yeah, see, the troubling part is what? You don't think that you want to be all the center of attention? You want to get everything that you wanted? Yeah. Think about to yourself. Think about how people are going to look at you. Even people will start to back away. Maybe someone did an insult to you because you didn't like it. Yeah, figure it out for yourself. Yeah. You have to understand this. There are two sides of a different story here. There are two sides. If you want to act like being popular, you know what? You have to act nice. If you don't, and you're not acting popular, and you're not acting nice, you're going to be unpopular. Unpopular. Which means a lot of people will think like, okay, let's get somebody else involved. That's going to be to be the center of attention, I can be the center of attention all I want. But, a Scorpio is what a Scorpio does. He wants to get all the attention, And I do that too, I get all the attention because I'm cute, I'm sexy, I'm hot. Yeah, and I make lots of people laugh, and that's how it is, right? But that's what it seems to be. You have to look to yourself and say that. Maybe you're being sassy. Yeah, I'm sassy, I can do whatever I want. Yes. Figure out for yourself. Now, this is the whole entire reading, but I'm going to clarify the other cards, and then this reading is going to be over. But think about that. Think about what I said to understand that it's going to go through your mind and think that, wow, I guess you're going to get a reality check. Think about you're going to grow up enough to act like you need to be a nice person to a Scorpio. Maybe you're going to change that around in the next few weeks. Maybe you're going to change your attitude. I see it. I see it through a Virgo woman. I see it through her. And she won't even know, because I have seen it so many times where she's going to act all, angry and whatever, and fly off a handle and say mean words and whatever, and I'll say something to an insult to her and she will hate it for the whole entire feeling. That's all negative, but who's being the bully? Who's being all mean? Who's being all rude? You figure it out for yourself. Because if you're playing like a blame game, everyone's blaming on you, not me, all of you, because why? A Virgo has to act like that. She doesn't think about it, but she will eventually, because a lot of people will try to be the against to her, right? Like a protagonist is a good person. Antagonist is actually, with a narcissistic Virgo, she's acting like she wants to be all mean because she wants to be the troublemaker, and I can see it. And I'm laughing because it's so true. Seriously, yeah. But anyway, let's understand about this reading here. So you have the Strength card, now the Swords upright, and Two of Wands. Yeah, see, I'm going to clarify those. So you have the Tower that's reversed. Interesting. You have the Ten of Wands. Is that right? Yeah. And you have the Ace of Coins. Is that right? Yeah, you're thinking about something. Yeah, you're thinking about it. Yep. Because you're trying to decide what's happening. Yeah, you have the Ten of Pentacles that's reversed. Yeah, you're not being the popular one. You're not being popular, because if you have the Ten of Pentacles upright, you will be all popular, but I guess not. It's the way of how it is, right? So I want to clarify the other card, please. What's opposite about that card, please? Ten of Wands is upright means that you have burdens. Yeah, because see, the Ten of Wands is here, you have burdens. You have the Ten of Wands over here that you have burdens. Yeah, see? Because everything is falling apart because you think that everything will be okay, but then, you have to think to yourself and say, okay, well, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? And you are doing it wrong. You are doing it wrong. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I'm going to see between these two cards and these two cards. I'll put a card on top of it. So I want to see what's happening. Yeah, so the King of Pentacles is upright. Yeah. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles that's reversed. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because you think about that. You think about how everything was all true. You could be acting like there's another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in some way or somehow. Yeah, there was something that was trying to be a way of how it was. Let's see what's else about that card, please. Yeah, the Six of Cups is upright. Yeah, see? You're thinking about Scorpio. You're thinking that how you're going to recommend, like how you're going to talk to that person. Because whenever you're going to get the feeling, Virgo, and you're trying to be, being all nasty to that person, and you're wanting to figure out what was happening, you have to understand that if you are getting played, you're getting played, and if you don't know what to do, if you're getting played by somebody else, you actually are. Because I think to my own self here, in the reading that I just told you is that basically you are getting played. And if I look at the Six of Cups correctly, you're actually getting played by a Scorpio Man. Because in that way of knowing what to do, it's like you're acting like there was something that you have to understand this, because one way or another you think to yourself and say, am I doing this right? Well, no, you're failing at it. You're failing that you're not being the popular person. You want to be the unpopular, and no one doesn't like you and everyone hates you, and you say that, right? And you're not being attractive or sassy or whatever, and it's the way of how it goes, because one way or another you have to shift to your own self and say, okay, well, I need to act like I need to be a nice person. Well, you know what, a Virgo has to act like that, because this is a way of how it goes. It's the way of how everything is going to be. You have to look at it, because you think to yourself, is that, am I doing the right thing? Well, not necessarily, because if you're failing at something, practice makes perfect. But if you keep failing and failing and failing and failing, you're going to fail, and you're going to lose a lot of friends that way. A lot of friends. Because you're not going to get along with them. You're going to get even more angry and more upset. You're going to hate your life. You're going to put people into their own way and try to hurt them or anything. And actions are words. Okay, you have to figure it for yourself. You have to get yourself a reality check. Maybe you think that you have to turn things around. Maybe you want to be friends with the Scorpio Man. Maybe you want to choose that. But in order to do that, you have to think to yourself, is that, well, a Virgo woman has to talk to a Scorpio Man. Even if she wants him, maybe she doesn't decide. But if she keeps acting like she wants to get all angry and get upset and, not to be all sassy and all, attractive and everything else, and, you have to remember that there's always two sides of a story here. If you hate one person and you don't like them and you only like everybody else, get yourself a reality check. Get it through your own mind. Think to yourself and say, wow, I guess Soy Alex is knowing what I'm saying. It is true, because you have to pay attention. You have to get yourself your own way. Yeah. Because you know what? It's the things that you're trying to remember. Think to yourself. Think about how you're going to get things recommended. Do some apologies. Maybe that could work for you, Virgo. You have to do that. It's, because all I'm going to say is it's your fault, not mine. No. You can do whatever you decide to do. If you don't like one person and you feel frustrated and you want to fly off the handle and you want to do that and you want to destroy that person and you don't like them, all I can say is that a Virgo woman acts like she wants to be all nice, but then I realized that where a Virgo woman doesn't. She wants to be all the center of attention. And I understand that, but you know what? A Scorpio man like me, oh yeah, I get the reasons, because I'm cute, I'm more popular, you think about that. You think that how everything is going to go, and you know, you understand that. So, I hope that this reading helps you. Give it a like, give it a comment, and understand that, you have to believe in yourself, okay? That's all you can do. So, understand that, and that's what it seems to be. So, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day to you all, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye for now. Really. Bye.